Steam VR, which if you're into VR, I assume you know what Steam VR is because it's the main place to get VR stuff, even if you have a Quest.
Yep.
But Steam VR Fest is apparently a thing, and it will be bringing demos and discounts to your headset from July 18th to 25th. It's essentially a version of Steam Next Fest with a VR focus. There's a sale, but it's also like releasing a bunch of new things, and it's a big focus on VR over at Steam. That's great. Now, there's another piece to this puzzle, and that is that Valve actually filed a patent for a new VR headset in 2021. That's all the info we got on that. Those of you that aren't in the know, Valve, they have been deep in VR for years, and they have their own headset called the Valve Index. It's a great headset. It's not wireless, has great controllers, but people have been saying, hey, when are we going to get an update to that? Index Pro, Index 2, something like that. And some people are thinking, myself included, that maybe this week or next week, because this is on Monday is when it starts, that we might actually be finally getting some type of announcement of that forthcoming headset, but also some other things. They just like seemingly out of the blue all of a sudden are doing this big VR push and focus, and people are thinking something big's coming. And I guess my real question here, do you think that this is just a fucking sale and them saying, hey, here's some VR stuff and that's it? What do you think we're going to get from this besides just some discounts on some good old games?
I hope this new new if they're talking about it. So maybe they're going to do like, I mean, well, okay, for you, because you have big enough space for it now. For most people, those light boxes are a pain in the ass because you don't have a lot of space.
All right, on the
inside out tracking is kind of where it's going.
Yeah, on the subject of inside out tracking versus lighthouses or fixed tracking, if you will, it's a double-edged sword. Like inside out tracking, I mean, people attribute it to the Oculus. It actually started with the Windows mixed reality headsets. They were the first to do it. Inside out tracking, which is what the Oculus has, is great because you can just throw a headset on anywhere and play. And you don't have to, that's the setup. You just define an area with the controller. It's the accuracy that comes into play there. You're sacrificing the accuracy of having the fixed lighthouses in a room. Like I have them. That's kind of been a staple of VR until Inside Out became a thing. Until this day, I still would prefer to play with lighthouses. You could be behind your back moving fingers and stuff and it's still tracking it, and it knows exactly where you are at all fucking times. It never loses it. Now Oculus Quest does a really damn good job, I will give it that. It's just not as accurate as outside tracking. However, unless you like take them down, move them, you are confined to wherever those are. You're not moving around. I mean, the Oculus, you're just like, oh, I don't need to be in here. I want to, like me, I can be down here playing something, or I can go up to my bedroom and put it on and watch a movie in a movie theater environment. I can go to my living room. It's just that easy. I can't do that with my other headsets, my Valve headsets. Not that easily, at least. I'm not going to do that. This shit's mounted to the ceiling and the wall and everything. So it's kind of like if you have the space for it, if you have a place where you can set up VR permanently, and that's where you're going to do it, that is definitely the preferred way to play. But I totally get the inside out tracking. That's a big selling point. How about both? Can we get a headset that just is like it's not forcing you to do one or the other? Have the cameras there, so if you want to do inside out, but have it to where maybe it still has those little divots, the tracking in it. So if you have the lighthouses, maybe it's not going to force you to use them, but if you have the lighthouses, hey, you can opt to use those. How about that? That'd be cool, I think.
On the Oculus Quest store, or Meta Quest, whatever the hell they call themselves now, most of those games they're like Nintendo. They never drop in price ever. And that's what I'm assuming, that they're going to do a lot of heavy discounts on stuff that you or I may already own. Maybe a new Half-Life. Well, I won't hold my breath for that one. You never know what they're going to do. Sometimes they'll release a card game. Sometimes they'll come out with a sequel. Like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, so I didn't know Valve did
they just released their own. Like yesterday, it just popped out that, hey, by the way, Monday, we're doing this thing. I have noticed that too. The Quest store just doesn't put shit on sale or just bring the price down on stuff very often. They are very Nintendo in that way, where it stays that price. However, on Steam, they sell the shit out of their stuff all the time. But as far as like what they're going to be releasing, the big question is the headset. I'm not going to try and guess what, like, if any software or anything. They still haven't even released Half-Life 3.
Half-Life Dog. I know.
But
what if that is the big announcement? Hey, we're not getting a new headset, but you're getting a Half-Life 3. Internet explodes.
If they announced Half-Life 3 and like actually showed it and dates and stuff like that, they were going to release that. Yeah, the internet would explode. I just don't think it's ever going to happen. As far as like an index, a second index, or a new headset, if you will, there's one main reason I haven't gotten an index, because I think it's a fantastic headset. The wire. I just can't do it, man. I have a wireless attachment on my Vive. Since I've gone wireless, I cannot go back to it. Now, sometimes, depending on the wireless setup you have, going wireless, totally wireless, you won't get as crisp a signal. The index has a beautiful display. It has the awesome controllers, which I do have the index controllers. I use those. But if you want Jacob Anders to pre-order that headset as soon as possible, I need it to be wireless, because they've got Wi-Fi 6 now, which everybody's saying you can do wireless and a high fidelity image through Wi-Fi 6. So give me wireless with that high fidelity image, a wider FOV, like a much wider FOV. That's really it. All the other stuff is like I can deal with. I can make it happen. I want that, but I also want, now that you've mentioned it, I'd love to have a headset that has both inside out and base station option tracking. I don't see why not. Just fucking do it. Like even the Vive has cameras on it. It's got 2 cameras on the bottom. You're already paying a premium for this thing. Give us the option to do both. If you did that, that would be the only headset I'd ever use. I would see no reason in using my Quest if I had a index that was wireless and could do inside out when I wanted it to. That would be fucking amazing. That's the kind of upgrade we need, because all other like incremental upgrades, I'm like, that's not worth spending what you guys are asking for it. But that is the upgrade that would get me to say, yeah, here's my money. I want it. And I really do. I want an index, but I just don't want to do the wire anymore. I've moved past it a few years ago, and that is why I haven't upgraded. That's why I got a Quest and I didn't get an index. So come on, Valve. Give me an index. Index 2, Index Pro, whatever you're going to fucking call it. I don't give a shit what you call it. You can call it dick in your mouth. I don't care. Just give me these things I want. Because that's what I've been wanting. High quality headset, wireless. Yes, please.
The price is what gets me, is all.
Oh, for sure. That price needs to come down.
$1,000.
Yeah.
So
now,
crazy.
You can get the Valve Index for $400, but that's only the headset. You're not getting the controllers. You're not getting the base stations. Like for me, if I was going to do it, that's what I would buy, is because I've got the controllers. I've got the base stations. All the other stuff, I just need the headset. The $400, it's not a $400 upgrade for me. It's a great headset, yeah, but given the other headsets I have, it's not a $400. You cut that cord, suddenly it becomes a lot more tempting to me. Who knows though? I mean, chances are we'll come up on, I think it's going for two or 3 days. Let's see, through the 25th. So it's going all week. Chances are we'll get to the 25th, 26th of this month and not shit.
Wow.
Nothing. It was a sale. That's it. Or they'll give us what we were never expecting. Who knows?
Exactly.